everyone, it's Tammy Mastroberte, founder of Elevated Existence and publisher and editorial director of the award-winning Elevated Existence magazine. Welcome to part 2 of our Create an Elevated New Year 4-part series. So if you missed video 1, it's still available and you can check that out. We talked all about taking inventory and finding out exactly what makes us feel good and what doesn't make us feel good, and then doing something about what doesn't make us feel good. So there's a workbook that goes along with all of this. You can see everything that I'm talking about there, and you can actually go through, and I have room for you to make the lists and do everything that you need right in that workbook. So you can download that through a link below or above, depending on where you're watching this, or just go to elevatedexistence.com/new year. So part 2, we are moving forward past, we took inventory, we looked at everything, we decided what we were going to keep, what we weren't going to keep, what we were going to get help with, and how we could make us feel good about what we actually have to do that maybe doesn't make us feel that great. Now, this video 2, all about what do you want to create next year. So many people are sort of creating and misfiring, not even really putting any intention into what they want to create, and then they're getting fugazi results. So most of us don't really take time to sit down, even if it's 20 minutes, and just sit down and say, what do I really want? What do I really want to create? And be intentional about it so that the universe and that spirit gets a really clear vision of exactly what it is that you want so that it can help bring it to you. That's what we're going to do here. We're going to take a few minutes and we're going to sit down and we're going to look exactly at what we want to create for 2018. And I want you to focus just on the year. What do I want to create in this year? And I want you to do it in 5 different categories. So again, this is all in your workbook. But what you're going to do is you're going to look at career and work. You're going to look at family and relationships. You're going to look at money and finances. Fun and self-care. So career and work could be, if you want to, maybe you're not happy in your job, you want to find a new job. Maybe you want to start a new business. Maybe you want to write a book. Maybe you want to do more workshops or volunteer somewhere. What are the things that you really want to create when it comes to career and work? Money and finances could be, I want to make a certain amount of money next year. Or I want to attract or create my perfect house, or I want to get a new car, or whatever it is that has to do with money and finances. For family and relationships, do you want to attract new? So are you looking to attract a new love and romantic relationship? Are you looking to attract new friends who are maybe on the same spiritual path that you're on? Are you looking to improve? So are you looking to maybe become a better parent or improve that relationship with your child or your spouse or your family members, maybe your mother, your father, your sister, your brother? Or do you want to improve the relationship with friends? What is it that you want to create that has to do with family and relationships? And then for self-care, so many people don't pay attention to this, and I want you to create an elevated year. So I want you to think, what do I want to create as far as self-care? What falls under that? It could be that you want to get monthly massages, or at least maybe 3 times a year. You're going to take time out and get yourself a massage or a facial. Maybe it's you're going to join a new yoga studio and you're going to commit to doing yoga 2 to 3 times a week. Maybe you're going to learn some form of meditation, or you're going to commit to, finding a way to bring meditation into your life on a daily basis. And I have so many different options and videos on that because it doesn't have to be your typical 20 minutes every day. There's so many different options that you can do for self-care, but what are you going to do? Maybe you just want to make more time for yourself, right? And then fun. What things do you want to create for more fun in your life? Do you want to maybe take more time off? Maybe you work on weekends, or you just take a lot of overtime, and this year you're going to take more time for yourself. Maybe you want to take more vacations, and you want to plan a beach vacation, or you want to do weekend trips, or you want to visit those museums that you wanted to get to, or you want to maybe go to a retreat or something along those lines, or a spa vacation or something. What are you going to commit to that you want to really create for yourself when it comes to fun? And those are the categories I want you to look at. Now, here's how I want you to kind of zoom in on exactly what you want. The first thing I want you to do in each category, and before you even start this, before you sit down to start the process with the categories, I want you to just take a few minutes. I want you to center yourself, close your eyes. I like to put my hand over my heart. Just take a few deep breaths and kind of repeat a few times to yourself, I am connected, I am love, all is well, I am safe. Just do that a few times and kind of get yourself centered, get yourself reconnected and aligned with spirit. And then there's two different things that I want you to do. So first of all, yes, I want you to sit down and I want you to, after you're in that state, I want you to make a list of everything that can come to mind. And remember, you're just looking at this year. I don't want you to look at, 5 years from now, I want this. I want you to pay attention to 2018 and what do I want to create this year in the next 12 months. And so I want you to write down anything that kind of comes to your mind when it comes to those categories. Now, also, I want to kind of get into that subconscious mind. I want to get into maybe something that you're not even aware of. And one of the best exercises for this, I learned from the best-selling author and intuitive coach, Sonia Choquette. And she calls it diving for gold. She says you can do it in the shower, you can really do it anywhere. But what I want you to do is get yourself into that state, that kind of connected and aligned state. Put your hand over your heart. And for each category, I want you to say to yourself, if I wasn't afraid, I would, and then fill in the blank. And allow whatever kind of comes through you to come through. So if I wasn't afraid for my career or for work, I would, and see what comes out. And do the same thing for money and finances, for family and relationships, for self-care, for fun. I want you to kind of go through and just do that quick exercise for each one. And also from that centered place, just make a list of the things that maybe you'd like to create in the next 12 months in those categories. Let your mind go crazy. Whatever it is, even if you think this is nuts, I have no idea how I'm going to do this in the next 12 months, you don't have to know how. I always say you don't need to know how, the universe does, and that's all that matters. You just have to set the intention. You just have to put it out there and believe that it can happen. And sometimes you don't even have to believe that it can happen. So that's the first process. And then all I want you to do, once you have your list, I want you to go and find images online. So go online, go to Google, you can go look in magazines, and just find images that represent some of the things that you want to create. So maybe you want a new home next year. Go on Zillow and find some homes that you like and print out a photo of it. If you want a new car, go and find that car. If you want to create something as far as health or healing your body, I have a lot of allergies. I have a mast cell issue, so pollen and all that stuff is an issue. So I went and I found a picture of a woman in a field of flowers, and she was so happy, and she was in the sun, which also bothers me. And so find something that is going to represent the end result of whatever it is you want to create. If you want to create a certain amount of money, find images of stacks of dollar bills, or you can find images of, something that says $10,000 if maybe you want to create $10,000 a month. And you can find a blank check and so that you can print it out and write in it. But find images that represent some of the things that you want to create. And try to keep it, between like maybe 2 and 3 major things in each category that you want to create. And then I want you to print out those images. And that's it for this video and this week. So this is week number 2. Those are your exercises for this. And next week, we're going to take this a step further. So make sure you go through this exercise and you have your images. And download the workbook, because all of this is explained. And there's places where you can put all the information. And that is elevatedexistence.com/New Year. It should be linked below or above. And I will see you in video 3.